Hey, Brian from Walnut Farm Bees here. This is part 2 of our video journey where we're testing a group of 20 colonies for Varroa resistance and other characteristics as we continue to select queens that we use for breeding and for our drone yards. So at this point, what we're doing is just some initial UBeeO tests to kind of get a feel for things. And if you're not familiar with it, you can look up UBeeO, UB2EO. It's a rather recently developed last couple of years here, and just really came into the market in the past year. Way to easily test for essentially hygiene related to Varroa, where you're spraying it with a chemical, a circle of brood, and to see the bees' response to whether they're on capping that, noticing basically unhealthy odors that might be related to disease or Varroa. So there's been mixed results so far from what I can tell from people I know who have used it, from research that's out there. There is some, at times, conflicting, at times supporting evidence for the connection between that and maybe traditional freeze brood or harbo tests. But we're using this as part of the process. We'll do more of it in the spring. We're just doing a sample, random selection of 2 of each group, so a total of 10 here. And then we'll do this again in May at least once to see what kind of results on any survivors that are still in this group. So that's what we're doing, that's what this represents, and just one of many things that we're doing as we evaluate these colonies. So I'm out here, little PVC circle, I'm doing UBeeO tests. I picked random 2 of each of the groups. One, to get additional experience doing the UBeeO test, but also to kind of just see where we're at, if there's anything of significance. I think the mite counts going into the fall and the overwintering are going to tell us more. But one thing to note is that you've got to do this, the initial part of the test, without smoking them, and some of the harbo colonies definitely could benefit from some smoke. And just to show you, these are good looking little colonies that we are testing. So the majority of them, regardless of how this turns out, have built up really nice. Prior to taking the picture, just showing you here some bees working at this, where the UBeeO spray was, very, very diligently working at this. Brian here with Walnut Farm Bees. I'm holding a little vial. This is the UBeeO test vial, one of the test vials that we used. So what we've done is, just to get a feel, more or less, we did a sample, 10 of the test colonies, so 2 out of each group. We just randomly picked 2 out of each group. Because we are not using UBeeO at this point to weed colonies out. It's too new of a product, and the results from what I'm hearing and seeing are maybe not consistent. So, however, so we started with that, and I'm just going to tell you what the results are. And again, this is a test for basically hygienic behavior as far as unhealthy brood. Here we go. 2 of the harbo queen genetics colonies one tested high at 73.6%. The second one tested medium at 54%. The Purdue mite biters, one tested high similar to the Harbo at 73%. However, the other one tested low at 19%. Our two control colonies, which again do not claim to be mite resistant, Italian colonies, both tested, one at 12%, the other at 7%. So not much response there. The Randy Oliver colonies also testing low at 22% and 8.7%. Finally, the two Pauline colonies also testing lower at 15.8% and 39.3%. So that's the result for now. Not necessarily a deciding point. We're going to see how they do this fall with the mite counts. So the next update will probably be in late August with the first mite counts, and then September, then October. We'll see how they overwinter. We'll do UBeeO tests in the spring. We'll see how they look, how they build up, how they behave. More mite counts in the spring. Harbo tests in late August next year.